Hello, everyone. It's Susan again. I just wanted to welcome you back and talk about keto on a budget today because a lot of people, when they talk to me about keto, when I'm out and about, and they say it's really expensive, though, isn't it? You have to eat all this meat and everything. Well, even if you're a total carnivore, which would be zero carbs and just eating the meats and fish and whatnot, they can even do that on a budget. They tend to do the cheaper cuts of meat, and on sale they'll stock up their freezers and stuff, so you can even do it as a carnivore on a budget, or you can do it expensive too. If you have the budget to do that and you want to spend a lot of money on lobster and steaks and stuff, you can live like a king and do that as well. But for myself, I prefer keto because although I do like meat and fish and chicken, and I work it into my plan daily, I really like some vegetables. I really enjoy butter in a pan and a lot of butter and frying up cabbage and some bok choy. And that to me is really delicious. And if you cook bacon in the oven and then you mix them and add a little bit of the keto mayonnaise, chosen foods, keto mayonnaise or chosen foods, avocado mayonnaise. Also, you can, if you live in the States, Primal has a lot of good things that are very keto too. I don't have access to them here in Canada, or I can, but for very expensive for shipping, so I just stick to chosen foods generally. Um, this is one of the best deals you can get with keto. This is your Kirkland coconut oil. You get a big tub of this for under $20 at Costco. It's more expensive everywhere else I've seen it, and the macros are good, and this is terrific. I use that for making fat bombs. I use it for not for cooking. I don't use it in cooking, but I use it for recipes, for desserts, and even sometimes just eating a tablespoon of it to up your fats for the day. It's really good. It tastes good. Um, I find it's really also effective. You can use it for skincare too, or in your hair. If your scalp is dry, you can massage that into your hair and put one of those little shower caps on, and it'll make your hair beautiful. So it's a multi-purpose product, and it's very keto friendly. So I do. You can have for breakfast. I don't eat breakfast anymore because I eat my 20 hours of not eating a day, and 4 hours where I have lunch at 1 and supper at 4:30. At the beginning of keto, though, to start out, if you're just brand new to the whole ball game and you are wanting to be healthy and feel great about yourself, to get your blood pressure down to normal levels and to have no more aches and pains in those joints that from the weight and from just wear and tear over the years, and to just feel healthier and more energized, and just to have so much energy you don't know what to do with it. Some days you just want to run around the block or something, but it's great because I was not like that before. A year ago, I've been on keto now for a year. I've lost now 63 pounds. I was 293. I am now 230. My goal is around 130, so I have 100 pounds more to go. But I've done it well, and the fasting helps with not getting as much of the bags afterwards, even to tone up everything. I'm going to make sure that I keep doing fasting because fasting is great for that. Right now, I've been doing some IDM protocols of eating 24, doing 3 breaks a week of 44-hour fast. But now, for going into March, I'm going to go back to just 2 meals a day, 1 o'clock and 4:30, 20 hours not eating from 5 p.m. till 1 p.m. the next day, which is called 20 dash 4 IM IF sorry, I have intermittent fasting. And it also is approved by the fasting people and everything. And you look up intermittent fasting just on the internet, even you will find it's so good for you. It really jumpstarts a lot of things. And then during that 20 hours of not eating, your body just burns its own energy, its own fats. So even people that are not on a reduced kind of any form of diet per se, even have found they've lost weight doing it, because your body will feast off yourself during those 20 hours of not eating anything. And keep in mind too that about 10 hours of that or around, you'll be asleep. So it's really good. Your body gets used to this. At the beginning though, just go for 12 hours not eating from supper time till the morning. And then when you get up in the morning, make yourself a lot of eggs fried up in bacon fat. Like you can cook your bacon and then use your bacon fat in with butter to cook up your eggs, and it tastes so good. And it's really healthy for you because it's high saturated fats and good fats, and you'll eat that and you will feel really full. And some people want to throw in an avocado with that as well. And your tummy will be full. Your stomach will be full until you need to eat again at noon. Okay? You won't feel hungry. And then at noon, you can have yourself get some romaine lettuce and chop it up and put it in a bowl and add a can of tuna or a can of chicken or a can of ham and add some of that keto mayonnaise in there and stir it up. Chop up some pickles or some olives if you want to have with it too, to add a little bit more. And then eat that for lunch. And this is something that even when you're working, you can easily make that at home before you go and bring it with you. If you don't want the lettuce to get as soggy, you can keep your lettuce on the side and then mix it all at lunch. You can eat that in the office easily. If you're going out to restaurants, you can look what they have on the menu. You can often order a steak or something and some broccoli or some cauliflower, a light, low carb vegetable to have with your meal. It's easy to do keto even when you're eating out. If I go to Wendy's, I order a double bacon burger with no bun, with a lettuce bun. I actually tell them with a lettuce bun. They don't look at me weird or anything. They put it in a nice little container for me, and I ask them for no condiments because the condiments will have sugar in them and something, and I don't want to add those things. But it's great. And some people even bring their own little make chaffles, which you make with these little they're really great. They're little waffle makers. You can buy them on Amazon, a lot of other places too, Giant Tiger, Walmart, wherever it sells them. And they're little, the dash, or you can use a bigger waffle maker too. You just mix some eggs and some cheese. Grate some cheese. I grate my own, but you mix it up and you just, I like it better if you put some of the cheese first and then the egg mixture that you've mixed up and then the cheese on top, and then just slam it down and wait till the steam's gone off so it gets nice and firm, fluffy. And they make great sandwich bread kind of thing, so that you can make sandwiches and everything. They're really, really good. And I'm going to make one for supper tonight, have a bacon cheese lettuce sandwich. I'll just probably not have the tomatoes, but I'm gonna my husband, he likes to have that sometimes for supper, for a different light supper, but he'll have that, but he'll have his with a lot of tomatoes and his stuff because he's not eating keto. So that's okay. You can live with people who are not doing keto and you can accommodate. I can make things where I make the main meat for everybody and main vegetables everybody can have, and I'll cook them the alternate things that I'm not eating, such as the rice or the potatoes or the pasta, and I just do not have that part of my meal, but I can still move around that for a family. I have 5 kids. I have 2 at home still and a little granddaughter at home. That's my daughter's little girl. And but I've been used to cooking for a lot of people over the years because I was always cooking for my 5 kids, and then they'd often have friends over too, so I was like always cooking for big. So now I'm having to tell myself I'm cook for less people now, Susan, you have to reduce, and so it works out okay, but I had to get used to that at the very beginning. But the other thing you can do is this. You make some nice herbal tea, and you can even put a scoop of this in there. Get your fats, and it tastes nice, and that way you're not having to add anything. But once you get used to it, the nice taste of that, and you can blend it with these little hand blenders that you can buy from Amazon for like $2 or $3, and just blend it up and froth it with the blender, and you drink it, and it tastes really good. You can use heavy whipping cream as well. Like Tentia, one that I buy at Costco is $4.99 for the 1 liter bottle. It lasts me for a week. Sometimes I do dairy free, so I don't use it, but it depends. Some people have intolerance to dairy, so the coconut works well as well. There's just, you can do it really economically is the point, because people are concerned about things costing a lot of money, but you don't need to do that. You can buy big bags of breakfast sausage at Walmart for $9 a bag. There's also they have nice grilled chicken strips that are there's no bones. There's no bones, and there's no breading or anything on them. Fire roasted or something they're called, and they're at Walmart for $9 a bag. It gives you a lot of chicken in there. The nice frozen salmon and different fish you can buy there for about $10 a bag as well. And when you're making that, you can make that for the whole family, that fish and those meats. And you just take your portion out of there, and you can also save some portion for yourself for the next day for lunch if you wanted to, if you're taking lunch with you at the office or anything. The other things you can do is you can get a head of cauliflower, and you can grate it yourself with a cheese grater. It's really economical this way, and you can make that into a cauliflower rice and cauliflower potatoes for yourself. They're not potatoes, but you can make it like that, and you can mix it and everything like you're making mashed potatoes, and that tastes really good, and it's very economical. You just add a bunch of butter to it, and it's really good. I also have made spaghetti squash. You just have to watch the carbs. You just measure it out, and you use that instead of using noodles for yourself. But you could cook regular pasta for the rest of the family, and then just cook that for yourself in the oven, and then you just peel it off and eat that, and then you make a really low carb spaghetti sauce, and it would work really well. And you could serve that to the whole family. They don't always have to know you're serving them low carb. You can, just make it, and if they think, oh, this is different, and they just tell them, oh, add more cheese or something, and they're usually, it works really well. I give my husband a lot of keto things that he doesn't even realize they're keto things sometimes, and he enjoys them. So you can do that, and you will find, if you're eating at the beginning, even breakfast and a good lunch and a good supper with lots of fats. Make sure you have your fats. You put butter on everything, or your avocado mayonnaise, or your other keto mayonnaise. Make sure it's not any of the store-bought Hellmann's or anything, because they all have seed oils, and we do not want to be eating those on keto. They're not good for us. And I try to avoid artificial sweeteners myself, because I find I don't lose weight when I use them. But if you do not have a problem with them, because many people don't, then you're welcome